For the UMass Lowell Hockey Riverhawks, the NCAA tournament begins Friday in Manchester, New Hampshire. The opponent, Wisconsin, a 4:30 start. Hopefully we'll see a lot of Riverhawk fans up there. Joining us right now, the head coach of the Riverhawks, Norm Bazin. Norm, congratulations and on the Hockey East Championship, and welcome.
Thank you, Bob. Nice to be with you.
A quick look back, just some thoughts on the weekend gone by. Obviously, this team won a couple of tight, hard-fought hockey games and got to raise a banner to the rafters of the Garden and got a trophy. Your thoughts?
Wow, it's an exciting weekend whenever you can raise a banner and collect a trophy. It's exciting. It's historic, obviously, and there are two very good hockey games, two very good teams we played, and we're fortunate to come out on top.
I know during the year you said you wanted to get better each weekend. You wanted to be playing your best hockey at the most important time. Looking back at this past weekend, my observation was we were playing our best hockey that we have shown so far this year. Your thoughts?
Certainly, if it's not the best, it's some of the best hockey. They're difficult games to play with the TV timeouts, with the stoppages, with the momentum shifts, and it's which team can stay focused, and I thought we did that.
I know we'll have TV timeouts probably in every hockey game we play from this point on. For a coach, are there advantages to the TV timeout? Does it allow you to do things that you can't otherwise do?
Well, I think you have an opportunity to play some of your better players more with the stoppages, etc. However, for our team with four solid lines of guys you like to roll, sometimes there's less momentum, and that's one of the downsides. But you got to make it an advantage. You get to rest some different people. You get to make some more adjustments because of the stoppages, and you just turn it into an advantage any way you can.
This opponent, Wisconsin, is a team that we, as a university, have not seen since, I think it was December of 1988. For a coaching staff, is it a different challenge in that this isn't a team we've played in recent memory? We can't look back to a game in October or a game last year to get some insight into a particular team. So for the coaching staff, is the preparation a little bit different, a little bit more difficult?
Not really. You know, you have film on these guys and you break it down just like any other team. It's a little more challenging relaying some of that information to your players because they don't really have a great mindset as to who they're facing. But we're slowly educating our guys to their strengths and weaknesses, and we hope to have that process done by Thursday.
As we build up toward the NCAA tournament game on Friday, I know there are media availabilities and that sort of thing, and I'm sure a great deal more of the media spotlight focuses on the teams that are still playing hockey. For a team, is preparation a little more difficult just because of the number of distractions that brings?
Well, I would say ordinarily, possibly. However, Hockey East prepares us so well for these types of tournaments. Last weekend, there was probably as much or more media requests, etc., and more distractions in terms of families being able to come down to the Garden, etc. So Hockey East is such a great conference that it prepares you for weekends like this, so I don't think it'll be any different.
What are the things you focus on the ice in practice as this team gets ready for the next challenge?
Well, there's several things. I think just staying fresh is going to be certainly a challenge. Some of these weekends are emotionally draining, so you got to make sure your guys are hungry and fresh to go on Friday, and relay as much information as you can about the opponent without overwhelming them. So a lot of different things, but mainly we want to execute what we do. And I've said it all year, and I won't bore you with the details again. However, it's about playing your game and playing at the top of your ability and letting the results take care of themselves.
You never bore me with details, you know that. I'm fascinated by it. It is, and I guess at this point, for every team involved, it's not about specifically doing something unique because of an opponent. It's doing what you do well, doing it consistently, doing it effectively and efficiently for 60 minutes, 65 minutes, or whatever. And you know, you've played in games that have gone a couple of overtimes, but from start to finish.
Yeah, that's correct. I think it's a mentally challenging game because of the TV timeouts, the stoppages, the lack of momentum. But also it's about playing the whole game. BU, if you remember correctly, against Boston College was being outshot 29 to 8 at one point and ended up winning that game. It's about playing the whole game, and that's can be a challenge, but you got to work and focus on that.
Is there an advantage for this group? And I don't mean an advantage over Wisconsin. Just, is it helpful that we were in this environment, in this sort of thing a year ago? A lot of this roster was part of that team that defeated Miami, that went on to play against Union with a chance to get to the Frozen Four. Does that experience help this time around?
Oh, it has to. It has to. Anytime you get an opportunity to play in different big tournaments, you take something from it, and you take as many learning lessons from losses as you do wins. And I think we'll be better for it. We'll be focused. We'll be calm. And that's important. If you can play loose, you play good hockey.
Maybe I've already asked this with different wording, and I don't mean to repeat myself or bore you with questions, but what must we do right Friday to make sure that we're playing on Saturday, and Saturday to make sure we get a trip to Pittsburgh?
Well, I think first off, you got to get the pucks first, both defensively and offensively. You got to be hungry. You got to win your one-on-one battles. All fundamental things that we do well when we're playing our game.
You mentioned the details. You mentioned earlier mental toughness. I look at a Wisconsin roster like some in Hockey East that are sprinkled rather liberally with NHL draft choices. Where does skill enter into this as opposed to mental toughness, as opposed to just pure work ethic?
Well, in the end, the team that wins is a team that can make an important play at a crucial time. So skill comes into play of it. There's no question that the winning team will make a play at a crucial time in the game here on Friday, whether that's on the power play, whether that's executing a face-off play. It'll be a close game. They don't play in too many lopsided games, Wisconsin, and they're very strong defensively. So it'll be a fun game to play. It'll be a challenging game, but we feel nothing good comes easy.
During the games at the Boston Garden, I'm told that the NESN broadcasters referred to the Sea of Blue, the UMass Lowell fans that had attended. I had some players mention to me earlier this week, talk about it, mention how thrilled they were to see that sort of support. I guess that's got to make you feel good to know that the crowd was there in large numbers, and it also got to make one feel good realizing that we're playing a game that's, a half-hour drive from Lowell, and have a good chance to get a large group of our supporters there.
Well, it's key. I think it's so exciting to allow the Riverhawk Nation to become a part of this experience. It's exciting, it's exhilarating, and more importantly for our guys, it gives them an edge. Our third periods have been very good the last 2 or 3 weeks, and it's not a coincidence. It's support. It's them feeling that they're well supported and gaining an edge from it. So it's an exciting thing to have this regional site in Manchester. We earned the #1 seed, and we're going to take full advantage of it.
There's a point of personal pride for you as a coach that we have gotten this far, a second year.
Well, I haven't really got down and thought about it, to be honest with you. I'm trying to have as much amnesia as I can and put the last few weeks behind me, because this is about winning 2 games to get to Pittsburgh, and that's what we're focused on today.
Are you having fun?
Well, we're businesslike, and I love my job. And every day I come here, I try to learn something. I try to relay information to the guys to help them with the next game. So we're focused right now, and we'll think about maybe some of the successes in the summertime.
All right, UMass Lowell versus Wisconsin, Friday afternoon at the Verizon Center in Manchester, a 4:30 start. We hope to see all the Riverhawk fans there. Norm, thank you very much for your time, and good luck.
Thank you, Bob.